So, I'm sure you've seen the news. Nico Williams has officially extended his contract with Athletic Club until the summer of 2035. In other words, he's decided to tie his career to the Basque club for good. The saga is over. A 10-year contract means Barca will no longer pursue the younger Williams brother. This guy has now used Barcelona for a better contract extension at Athletic Club 2 years in a row, and that's just wild. Today's video is all about that. Smash the like button if you're just as shocked by this twist, especially when the transfer seemed all but done. When it comes to making decisions, the most important thing is to listen to your heart. This is the place where I want to be, with my people. This is my home. That's what Nico said in his contract announcement video. They used the same mural in the streets of Bilbao, the one that Athletic fans had vandalized multiple times to announce the deal. Honestly, the whole thing feels so irrational it's hard to even comment on it. Nico triggered his own fan base with a transfer saga that all parties had confirmed. It led to public threats, and now he says this is my home. It smells like Nico is a madman. Crazy. Nico Williams' new release clause is 50% higher than the previous 58 million euros and includes a salary increase, Fabrizio Romano reports. So 160 euros. Some say the new clause is 85 million euros. Still way too much, right? But let's be honest, Barcelona's 2-year chase of Nico Williams has been humiliating. That's a fact we'll have to live with. And how can we not bring up Johan Cruyff's legendary quote? If you have second thoughts on playing for Barcelona, you are no longer of service to us. Perfect words, and it even echoes that famous Laporta phrase, the one this whole Nico situation shattered. Now contrast Nico's betrayal with Dani Olmo's loyalty, a man who gave up everything last summer to return to the club of his life. Dani almost signed for Barcelona knowing the club's financial fair play issues but trusted their word. Nico Williams played Barca like a fiddle for 2 years, rejected us twice, demanded the impossible, differences. Let's face it, Barca needed Nico less than Nico needed Barca. Even Ferran Torres and Fermin Lopez has better stats in La Liga 2024-2025 than Williams Jr. Ferran 10 goals, 6 assists in 27 matches. Fermin 6 goals, 5 assists in 28 matches. Nico 5 goals and 5 assists in 29 matches. Nico Williams has prioritized sentiment and comfort over competing at the highest level. This is the best decision for everyone. Barca needs players who are hungry for titles and eager to grow. Journalist David Apricio said, and he's right. Nico also kind of let down Lamine Yamal. Remember that story Lamine posted when negotiations were confirmed? In the end, let Nico live with his choice. In Barcelona, he could have had it all, titles, development, and lifelong friends like Lamine, Balde, and others, but he chose home, so good luck. Barcelona will be a behemoth with or without Nico Williams. Flick has already created his monster. If you're stressing over his arrival, let that thought soothe you. And then rest. The summer is long. This quote from Barca blogger couldn't be more fitting, especially seeing how some fans took the news hard. And now let me show you why this whole saga might actually benefit Barcelona. Let's go. Nico turning Barcelona down for the 2nd straight year. No problem. Barca still has exciting options on the transfer market. Let's start with the most realistic. Denzel Dumfries. Yep, the Dutchman who caused us pain with Inter. His release clause is just 25 million euros, a very affordable target even in our financial state. His arrival would give the team more versatility. He can play as a right back, a wing back, or even as a right winger, similar to how Flick used Balde on the left. Nico would have cost us at least 62 million euros. With Dumfries, we'll lock down the right flank for years. Just think about it. Koundé, Dumfries, Ford, Yamal, Rafinha, Tony Fernandes, Ibrahim Diarra, Dani Rodriguez, so many options. The signing of Dumfries would bring a lot of quality and squad depth to the club. Since Nico isn't coming, it's time to save, and save more. At most, we should look for a favorable loan for a winger like Rashford. Let the big investment be made in 2026 to sign a striker. This fan might just be onto something. When one door closes, another opens. Barcelona were considering selling key assets like Casado and Fermin just to register Nico, so thinking we can now afford Luis Diaz or Rafael Leao, unrealistic. Nico was cheaper. Diaz and Leao both cost 80 million euros plus. And Liverpool and Milan aren't looking to sell. Yes, we know Deco is a massive fan of Luis Diaz, but unless Liverpool drops their asking price to 60 million euros, that deal is impossible right now. And let's not forget our registration issues. Major signings could lead to legal trouble again, like we saw with the contracts of Dani Olmo and Pau Victor. So Rashford, way more realistic. He recently said in an interview that he'd love to play alongside Lamine Yamal. That's the spirit. Deco has already spoken with Rashford's camp. The deal could happen fast, ideally before preseason starts on the 13th of July. United won £40 million, but Barca will push for a loan with a buy option. Maybe something like £10 million loan plus £30 million option to buy. If the club secures 3 smart signings and strengthens 5 key positions, that's already a strong summer. Let's look. Garcia to improve the goalkeeping situation, Dumfries to cover right back and right wing, Rashford, left winger and central forward. Maybe even think about the left back slot. Grimaldo's clause at Leverkusen is still available, just 15 million euros. And now let's analyze the squad depth in this scenario, also taking into account the transfer of Grimaldo. Garcia will compete either with Szczesny or Ter Stegen. The question will remain open. On the right in defense we will have Koundé and Dumfries, and central defense we rely on Cubarsí, Nico, Eric and Araujo. On the left, Balde and Grimaldo. In midfield there will be competition between Pedri, Frankie, Bernal, Gavi and Casado. On the right wing, Lamine Yamal, Rafinha or Rooney Bargi, whose transfer is about to happen. In the central attacking midfield position, many options. Dani Olmo, Rafinha, Fermin Lopez or Gavi. Left winger, Rafinha, Rashford, Dani Rodriguez or Jan Virgili. Central striker, Lewandowski and Varane. Looks very competitive, doesn't it? Players who may leave the club include Ter Stegen, Christensen, Gerard Martin, possibly Casado or Fermin. Nico's refusal to move to Barcelona and the money saved opens up another perspective for the club, which will inevitably arise next summer. A new top-class number 9 for the first team. Isak or Alvarez my favorites. So how are you feeling? Overwhelmed by the transfer chaos? Nico Williams used Barcelona again, but Barca is preparing its response, and the next winger's name is already in the headlines. Don't get lost in the whirlwind of news, rumors, and negotiations. Download the Barcelona Live app. All transfers, all insider reports, all numbers, all in one place. In real time, no clickbait, no lies. Just clear, up-to-date info on what's really happening at Barcelona. The download link is in the pinned comment. Check it out. If this video helped you put the situation into perspective, smash that like button. Drop a comment, tell us who you signed this summer and who you think should leave the club. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single transfer bombshell. It's only getting hotter from here. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.